Our next guest today is Robbie Polin, President of the Springfield State Bank. Welcome, Robbie.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for having me here today.
Well, I'm glad you could be here because we want to congratulate you on the bank, the Springfield State Bank, receiving the Springfield Washington County Chamber of Commerce Award as the business award. What is that exact?
It was the Business of the Year Award.
Business of the Year Award.
The Business of the Year Award.
I think it ought to be Business of the Century, probably, as long as Springfield State Bank has been around.
I appreciate that, Lisa, but we were very honored to receive that award. We appreciate it very much. The board, our whole board was there at the banquet, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of hard work goes into a bank, doesn't it, Robbie? You've got two branches besides the main bank in Springfield.
Actually, we've got 3 branches.
3 branches.
We have one on Bardstown Road and one in Mikeville and one in Willisburg.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And then the main office here on Main Street.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me how long the Springfield State Bank has been in existence.
It was chartered in 1910, in August of 1910, and it actually opened in January of 1911. So we've been in operation now for 106 years.
Yeah. I remember.
Long before I was around.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And I remember when you had the 100th anniversary celebration, had T-shirts and all kinds of celebrating.
Had a big crowd in town that day. We served a lot of food and gave away a lot of, as you said, T-shirts, cookbooks. We had some drawings every hour for some cash, and it was really a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and we did that in 2011. Or 10. I guess it was 2010. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. But it was a lot of work, but a lot of people showed up, and we were glad it brought a lot of people to Springfield, brought a lot of people to downtown.
Yeah. Well, everybody in our county is familiar with Springfield State Bank, and it's still privately owned, or
locally
owned
right.
and operated.
That's right.
And so it's certainly important to our community. It provides a lot of jobs. I don't know how many employees you have now.
Well, we have 41 actually, and then 2 part-time. And but being a local bank, you can get, if you're inquiring about a loan or anything like that, or we can normally give you an answer the day that you come in the bank. We don't have to call anybody else. We don't have to call anybody, but we're right there. We can make our own decisions.
Right.
And we offer all types of loans and savings and certificates. So we have a lot to offer for a community bank. A community bank is very important for a community. I always said if a community bank closes in a small community, the community dies. Yeah. And because you have so much locally owned and people that are interested in, that serve on a lot of committees and a lot of boards in the community. They're involved in the community. So having a community bank in a small community is very, very important for small town America.
Exactly. And also, you think, as you indicated, you don't have to go and ask some big corporation because you're in charge of yourselves. That's and you've got a board of directors. Who serves on the board now?
Well, I do. I serve as the president, CEO, and chairman of the board of the bank. And then John Wharton serves as secretary. He's on the board. Bill Robinson's on the board. Christy Carpenter, who is a chief technology officer and wears a lot of hats in the bank. And she's a very good employee, and she's now on the board. Ed O'Daniel's on the board. Keith Reed, who is a loan officer in the bank and serves in other capacities in the bank, is on the board. Ben Smith and Bob Goodlett.
Yeah.
So there's 8 of us.
Yeah. And all these people are, most of them are born and raised right here in Springfield, Washington County, or in the surrounding area.
Right.
I guess Ed initially came from Marion County,
right.
but he's been here a long time.
He's been on the board, I think, since 1972. So.
Wow. And Bob Goodlett's not originally from here, but he's been here a long time too.
Time. He's been, of course, Mr. Matherly, who just passed away in April of last year. He served as president of the bank from 1964 to 1988 until his retirement, but he remained on as chairman of the board until his death in April of 2016.
Yeah.
he was a very, very vital person to the bank and served a lot of people. People used to still talk about Mr. Matherly when they came in the bank, even to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he was, and then Mr. Richardson, who also was on the board, he passed away last year as well, in the spring of 2016. So we lost two boards. Mr. Richardson had already retired from the board. Mr. Matherly was still active up until the week before he passed away. So we lost two, one former board member and one active board member. So.
Yeah, we were fortunate on Channel 6 to get the opportunity to interview Mr. Matherly probably the year before he passed away. So that was a real treat to, and he was certainly very knowledgeable.
He was a great mentor for me. I mean, he really was. He was always treated me. He was always fair, and I have to say to me, he was a wonderful man. He really was.
Yeah.
As well as a good banker.
Yeah. So you had some good mentors.
I did.
Yeah. And you've been with the bank now, Robbie, how long yourself now?
I came there in October of 1981, so it's soon be, well, this year will be 36 years.
Yeah. So you started out as,
I started out as a note teller and then and compliance officer. Then I went to assistant vice president, a vice president, remained as a loan officer, and then became president of the bank in 1993 after Mr. Clarence Richardson, after he retired. So, and then August 1st, 1993, I became president of the bank.
Yeah, gosh, Robbie, doesn't seem like that's 23 years then, or it'll soon be 24.
Be 24 in August, yeah. I know it. Time's passed too quick. Way too fast.
That's just hard to believe, gosh. And so you have been with the bank for 24 years, and
no, I've actually been with the bank for 35 years.
Oh, okay.
I came to the bank in '81.
Okay. Oh,
I've
okay.
been president since
president for almost 24 years.
Yeah.
Gosh, I just can't hardly believe it. That's telling our age, Robbie.
Tell me about it. I know how old that. I know how fast it's passed, too.
So you've been with the bank itself, how many years total?
35.
35. Okay. So at one time, let's see, before that, I know at one time you were Springfield City Administrator. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was right out of college.
Yeah.
I did that for.
You followed Larry Hayes?
Larry Hayes.
Because I think Larry was the first.
He was, and I did it from 1973 to 76. And then I went to, there was a savings and loan here in town, Lincoln Homestead Federal Savings and Loan, and I went there in October of 1976, and then went to the bank in October of 1981.
Okay.
So I've been on Main Street since I've been working on Main Street since I was 14 years old, in these same two blocks.
Well, so what
tells you how long I've been
What
here.
were you doing before you were the city administrator then?
I just gotten out of school.
Okay.
Out of college.
Okay. Did you work downtown though, doing in college?
I worked at Joe's Food Market. Yep, sure did.
Oh.
And then my father had a small grocery store on Main Street when I was just a kid. So.
Oh, he did.
Yep. So Chuck and I worked there after school some. So.
What was the name of it?
Polin's Food Market.
On Main Street.
Then,
what's in there now? What building?
It's where the sheriff's office is now.
Okay.
And then Joe Bedine, Joe's Food Market, he bought my father's store, and then so we worked there in high school.
So Joe's Food Market became. He bought your dad's business.
Yes.
And it was in the same building.
It was, but then he moved up on the corner where beside the Presbyterian Church.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I remember when it was down there. And so you, well, that is pretty neat. Was your father with the post office then, when he worked with the grocery?
No, he did that after he got out of the grocery.
Okay. Because he retired from the post office, I know.
He did.
And then and your mom, and she, let's see.
She worked at the other bank in town.
That's what I was thinking. She worked at First and Peoples.
She did.
That's right.
She was there part of the same time that I was at State Bank.
When you were at the State Bank.
Yeah. So we were competitive.
You all were, yeah.
We were competitors.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And so then you while you were at the bank, of course, and you raised your children here, and you have two very, let's see, Laura Beth and Allison, two beautiful young ladies.
Well, thank you.
And now you've got grandchildren.
Yeah, I got grandchildren too, so they're a lot of fun.
Twins.
Twins, yep. So and then
Allie and Aiden.
And then three, and Allison has Allie and Aiden and Madeline, and Laura Beth has John Ross and Benjamin.
Right.
So and then Bonnie my wife has 3 kids. I mean 3 grandkids. She has 2 kids and 3 grandkids.
Okay. Well, of course, Allison and Blair grew up together.
Oh, yeah.
And but you've been here in Springfield, I guess, ever since you left college, right?
Yep, sure have.
Yeah.
Sure have.
And then you went to St. Catherine College.
And then graduated from UK.
2 years, had an associate degree there, and then went on to UK.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got your business degree there.
I did.
And Robbie, you know, one of the wonderful things that I've always admired about the Springfield State Bank is your support, of course, of St. Catherine College. And, of course, that was devastating to all of us here in this community with its closing. And the bank has always been a big supporter of the college, and you were instrumental in that. And every year, you know, we had the golf tournament. That was started under Governor Collins when she was the president there. And you and Chuck, I guess your brother Chuck ran it from the beginning, I think.
We served on the committee. We did for the many years that it was held. So
yeah.
But the bank, I mean, we support a lot in the community. I mean, and we're glad to do that. You know, from a lot of the school groups that come down, that you know, a lot of the athletic teams. We support that. We support the chamber, the 4th of July celebration, even the Opera House here,
the theater.
The theater here. So we try to, and we like doing that. I mean, we want to support the community. That's what we feel like a community bank needs to do.
Yeah.
Support the communities that you're in. So.
Yeah. Well, you all certainly have done that, and
your wine tasting.
And the wine
that you chased me out the golf course one day and asked me if I'd sponsor it.
And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Yeah, and you are one of our big sponsors, and you know, and that's been a very successful event.
It has been a good, nice event.
Yeah.
For the community, it really has.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people from out of town that come to that. They really enjoy it.
Yeah. That's coming up. You know, that'll be May the 20th.
I've already sent my money in.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, yes, indeed, you have. You're one of our very big supporters, and we appreciate that. And it's like you say, you know, those are the things that a community bank can do and don't have to ask, you know, corporations about. Right. And your board is very supportive in all those endeavors and in supporting the community.
Yeah, the board's very supportive.
Yeah. So we just really appreciate that. And I'm just glad you all received that award, and glad you're still here with us in Springfield. And you yourself personally too, Robbie, being the president of the bank, that of course you have quite a bit of influence. So and because of that, you know, you all been a real asset. And we've got
a lot of really good employees too. It takes a lot of people and everybody in the bank, the employees, they all do a good job, and they know what to do in their job, and they're good with the customers, so that means a whole lot.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It means a whole lot. If we didn't have those, and if we didn't have our customers, you know, we're very appreciative of all our customers that we have at the bank, whether it be for checking accounts, loans, or savings, CDs. So we really appreciate our customer base. Really do.
Well, and you know, you've been supportive too of our city and our county government, and you know, we rely on you for things sometimes, and so that's really good that that you've been here to support our businesses and our city and our county government.
We're always glad to help.
Yeah, and of course, I think it's nice that you know you're from here, and you've got your brother who's here on Main Street too, Chuck, with Sims in Montgomery, and your sister Molly, who has taught over at St. Augustine in Lebanon, and lives here. She and Tom Bystrick in this community, and we're just glad to have all you Polins here.
Well, thank you.
There's a couple of you missing, but we're glad we got the rest of you here.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it
so
very
thank
much.
you for being here today, Robbie.
Right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much.